Alright, good morning everybody. Welcome to today's Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream. We're taking off from, it says Armenia. The airport name is actually El Eden in Colombia, and we're headed to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It's going to be a couple hours at least flying time. So the sun will be up certainly by the time we get to Fort Lauderdale. So let's go ahead and get in here and get going so we can get in the air and everything. So hopefully everybody's doing well today. First week of January, the first week of the new year. We're using the Lufthansa livery today. What many of you will notice just from this quick overhead shot is this is a very small airport. There's no jetway, there's no pushback services, nothing here. So we're just going to go ahead and get the plane started up. We don't want our co-pilot talking to ATC just yet. Actually, no, we can't let him because there's no pushback, so we don't have to worry about it. We're just going to use the checklist for get everything going quickly.
Eden Tower 6TF Lima Hotel 136 IFR to Fort Lauderdale, ready to copy.
6TF Lima
All right.
Hotel 136 is cleared to Fort Lauderdale Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 02 and maintain 17,000 feet. Departure frequency is 128.6 squawk 7032.
17.
6TF Lima Hotel 136 cleared to Fort Lauderdale Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 02 climb and maintain 17,000 feet. Departure on 128.6 squawk 7032.
6TF Lima Hotel 136 read that correct. Contact ground on 118.275. Good day.
Give me a second, Clixie. I'll
Eden
answer your
Ground
question here in
6TF Lima
just a
Hotel
moment.
136 requesting pushback.
Eden Ground 6TF Lima Hotel 136, no pushback tug is available to answer your request.
So my the co-pilot, the AI co-pilot answers or does all that. Now if I want to, what I can do is I can override that, or I can
Eden Ground 6TF Lima Hotel 136 ready to taxi.
I can use this basically, and then so like if there's a different frequency that I need to talk to, I just hit that frequency on this menu here, and it'll automatically tune it in for me on the radios down here. So that's how that works. So we will minimize that again. Just waiting for the engine. The engines are starting up. So yeah, this is we're just gonna have to kind of go right through those planes because there's no other way to go. Alright, oops, I don't want that. I want it. Alright, also let's turn on our lights. Make sure those are all on. Squeeze through here. Now what we can do also, I did this because I was kind of practicing here last night. So our takeoff runway is down there, but we're going to call for clearance here, essentially.
Eden Tower, 6TF Lima Hotel 136, ready for IFR departure runway 02.
6TF Lima Hotel 136, altimeter 29.9 wind calm. Cleared for takeoff runway 02.
Okay.
Cleared for takeoff runway 02, 6TF Lima Hotel 136.
Might be quiet in the chat today. All right. All right. So we're going to turn. We got to go all the way to the end here. Not that we got to, but I think this is the easier place to turn around, and we'll come back onto the runway. Line up, and we'll we'll skedaddle out of here and get going. This looks like this was added on. This part of the runway that we're on does look like it's newer, like it was the runway was extended or something at some point. Now I know it doesn't look like we have a lot of room here, but we will make this turn. we go. Not too shabby. Now, just so we have like max room, we can just go ahead and take off from right here. Quite honestly, let's make sure we got everything set. I think we are good to go. All right, let's do this.
Lima Hotel 136, contact Bogota Center on 128.6. Good day.
128.6 for 6TF Lima Hotel 136.
And away we go.
Bogota Center 6TF Lima Hotel 136 is at 4,700 feet, climbing 17,000 feet.
6TF Lima Hotel 136, Bogota Center, altimeter 30.05. Continue as planned.
Alright, I think she said a different altimeter reading. Yep, alright. There we go. Good morning, Mr. Candy Cane. Go ahead and get a few things ready, or get that done for our landing in Fort Lauderdale. That's in the correct place. Let's get our lights off. There we go. Alright, so we are on our way. We won't go all the way to that marker there. What I noticed is I kind of took off yesterday evening just to kind of get a feel for how this would go. And so yeah, we're going to cut that marker. And then we're going to turn towards the next one, which will show up eventually in front of us there. Now, one of the things, because I was, when I was trying to figure out, because on the A320 we've only got very few different liveries we can choose from, and I was like, well, I'll fly with the Lufthansa livery. Now, I didn't notice this, and let's get on the camera here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about, because it's kind of hard to see from there. But on the engine nacelles, right there, look at that. Now, they did the livery for this, and Delta and the other two that we have, Burdock 3D did. But I didn't notice that until I was like checking around the aircraft, just kind of checking things out. And I noticed that. I was like, wow, that's... I mean, I guess it's in their right that they did the work they need, to put their name somewhere that they did the work. Oh, so this is the walkway on the wing for maintenance and all that. Do not walk outside this area. Well, we should get our call to go into our next altitude here shortly.
Lima Hotel, 136 climb, and maintain flight level 280.
Climb and maintain flight level 280, 6TF Lima Hotel, 136.
And there we go. Using the same livery. Oh. Well, hello, Chris. How are you? Long time no see. Pulsey was looking for you last night in Battlefield. Yeah, I didn't see it either until I like when you're in the hangar and you kind of can look around the aircraft, or not, because it's got that rotating camera sort of thing that just changes positions and all that. I was like, wait a minute, is that the name of the... Yep, there it is. So, but like I said, I guess that they're well within their rights to slap their name somewhere that they were the ones that made that livery. So, all right, yeah, good to see you, Chris. Yeah, Pulse was looking for you last night. All right, we can change to standard now. I believe I wrote it down. Yep. Well, yeah, that's what Pulse figured as well, because he asked if you were awake, and then you didn't answer him, so he's like, yeah, he's probably asleep. He had some good matches yesterday. He got a few things done for the weeklies and all that. Yeah, he had a pretty good time, looks like. Alright, we are climbing and climbing. That doesn't look good right there. That looks kind of... doesn't look rendered very well. It may... I don't know, that looks like a cliff almost, so it may not have captured when they did the aerial imagery. Maybe that's why it's not rendering well. Yeah. Oh, good. Good deal, Mr. Candy King. Let's just have a look here. Okay, we got headwind. We're seeing temps that we would normally... Hold on a second. True air temperature plus saturation SAT is negative. I have a feeling we are having problems with the weather again. We're still climbing, so that's the important part. Although it seems like we're... Morning, Amela. Okay, Mr. Candy King. Good. Not that I think we need it, or I don't usually have the ice. I don't have the ice stuff on. That's there. Yeah, our climb kind of seems to have slowed down rather unexpectedly. I have a feeling the bugs of the weather stuff may have not been resolved completely. Because if we're getting, 15 degrees Celsius is how much? Hold on 1 second. I need to check this because I have a feeling the bugs have returned, even though they said they are. That is 59 degrees Fahrenheit, so that's not that extreme. If it was in the hundreds, I'd be concerned. We still got going all the way up to flight level 360. So we'll see if we're able to punch through that. Okay, now it's gone down to 12, 13, 12. Okay, so it is dropping. I'd be hard-pressed to think that there'd be like 59, 58 degrees Fahrenheit at this altitude, true air temperature. Like, that doesn't seem... I would think that the lower number and the upper number would be very close to one another. Yeah, very strange, but alright, well, we'll have to keep an eye on that and how it, if it's going to impact our continued climb. I mean, because I would think by now we would have been closer to 29,000 feet. So, interesting. Because I kind of feel like if I turn off the live weather, our climb is going to go a lot quicker. Like, it's kind of like dying out. And we're not anywhere near our required altitude. Luckily, we haven't gotten a call to expedite, but let's see if we can get that going. There we go. Let's just do it that way. Alright, the temperature has dropped, so Alright, I think things are kind of starting to get back to normal a little bit here. So how are you, Amela? How are things in the city? What's new?
Lima Hotel 136 climb and maintain flight level 360.
Climb and maintain flight level 360 6TF Lima Hotel 136.
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I gotta get out and do some running around later today. It was cold here yesterday. I was gonna do it yesterday, but it was way too cold to go outside. Even though it wasn't snowing, it was just when I looked at the temperature, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. So. Wow. Uh-oh. I have a feeling we've hit that wall again. Nope, maybe not. Yep. It started up again. Alright, where's the wind coming from? Oh, okay. Well, that's not too bad. We may just have to disengage the live weather. And we're still climbing, but I kind of feel like it's like we're just struggling to get past 32,000 feet. No, we're getting there. Yeah, it's really having a tough time. Yeah, I don't think the weather really has been fixed, so we're going to go ahead and turn, excuse me, the weather off. Wow, look at... Wow. Yeah, see, look, before we were like at 3,000 feet or at 33,000 feet, and all of a sudden it jumped. Yeah, there's a problem with the weather. Yep. It hasn't been fixed. Yep. It has not been fixed. And even now it's still struggling to get up to 36,000 feet. Wow. By now it should have gone to knots, or to Mach speed. It should have automatically transitioned over. Yep, there is a problem still. Well, it's going to be clear skies the rest of the way, folks. Unfortunately, I was hoping for something a little bit more dramatic with this, with the clouds and everything, but yeah. So yeah, anyway, yeah, it was cold here yesterday. I gotta go run some errands today and get a few things from the store, and then be able to get back inside. And so, but I'm gonna wait. Yeah, probably go out about 11, maybe noon time, thereabouts. Get my stuff done. So. Yeah, wow, that was... You know, they said they fixed it, but apparently not. Yeah. Oh, well. Turn off the wing lights. Also, need those. I think we'll just keep everything else on. Alright, now we should be good to go. Alright, there we are. Now we're finally at 36,000 feet. After the bumpy ride, now we can start our in-flight service. Okay, that's what we're on our way to right now. That marker in front of us. Fly out over South America. Should make the coastline pretty soon, I do believe. So kind of just, let's take a look out from our that's 320 nautical miles. Won't see another marker for some time, I don't think. So alright, well, that disaster's been avoided, whatever. Wow, 5 people watching. I need a couple more thumbs up on the YouTube, please and thank you. Got quite a few lurkers. At least show me some love if you're gonna chill out in my aircraft. Alright, so what else? Yeah, tomorrow's stream will be a little bit later in the morning. I don't have an exact time or estimated time, but I'm going to try to get home. I hope to go live no later than certainly before noontime tomorrow, East Coast time. So, yeah. And that will be in the A320. We're going from Cleveland to Orlando. And then Thursday we will be in the, let me look at my notes. Here it is. Thursday we're flying to Mexico City in the 777-300ER, going from Houston to Mexico City. Friday will be a very early flight. We're probably going to get started at 5. Yeah, not even probably. We will start at 5 a.m. East Coast time. Islamabad to Multan in the A320. And then Saturday, Spitfire Saturday, and we're doing the flight around Normandy. It'll be kind of like a scenic tour, but not as scenic as our one on Sunday. Where we're flying around part of the Amazon rainforest. So yeah, Saturday we're be in the Spitfire around Normandy, and then we're also going to take the T-45C for a flight around Death Valley, and we will buzz. I decided we're gonna give Las Vegas another wake-up call on the T-45C. We'll go. That'll be a little bit easier, probably, or you'll probably be able to see things. We won't be going nearly as fast as we were in the F-14, since we don't have an afterburner or anything like that. The T-45C. Yep. Sunday will be Scenic Sunday. Amazon tour Monday. We will do. Oh, we'll do a FedEx flight from Miami to Mexico City. Tuesday the 11th. A320 from Denpasar to Kuala Lumpur. So we will be over in Malaysia area. The 12th, we're doing another cargo trip, Mumbai to Dubai. The 13th, more cargo from Paris to Lisbon. The 14th, we are taking the EMB 110, different plane, different developer than the one that was giving us fits the other day in the Embraer 170, 175. We're going to be flying in Hawaii. And then we are doing on the 15th Spitfire Saturday, Marseille to Toulouse. I'm probably saying that wrong. We'll be in France again in the Spitfire. And then we're going to take the F-15 through the Grand Canyon. Scenic Sunday. We will be back in Hawaii for a scenic tour of Hawaii in the Stearman 75. And then, I gotta change that. 17th. We're going from Houston to Phoenix. We'll probably do that in the 737 MAX. Since we don't, the Embraer 170, 175 is just too, but it's like it's broken, quite honestly. So, there we go. That's the plans, up to the 17th. So far, 28th of January, we're going to do a long-haul flight from, I say it was, JFK to Frankfurt. Yeah. The 21st, we're doing a flight in Japan. That is going to be from, I think, I wrote it down somewhere. Tokyo to Seoul, Korea on the 21st in the A320. So there we go for that. I just got to fill in a few other flights between now, from the 18th to the end of the month. Now, I am going to be a bit blunt and honest here about the future of Microsoft Flight Simulator on this channel. I love it. I do. I enjoy the flying and you know, I like doing the whole startup and taxi out. Alright, now here we are, finally heading off the coast here across
127.5, 6TF Lima Hotel 136. Barranquilla Off Center, 6TF Lima Hotel 136, flight level 360.
6TF Lima Hotel 136, Barranquilla Center, continue to 1 success planned.
What was I saying? So yes, I do enjoy it, but yesterday's situation with the Embraer jet has given me, has kind of made me feel that the future of this sim on the Xbox is not looking very good. Now, I can continue to fly, we can fly the stuff that we know works, but the problem now is then I have stuff in my hangar, so to speak, that doesn't work, that I can't fly to kind of do some, you know, different sorts of flights. You know, I'm hoping, although there's been no word, that we'll get the CRJs, the Bombardier CRJs from Aerosoft, hopefully sometime this month, or maybe early next month. But there's no telling if those things are actually going to work as intended on the Xbox, or if we're going to have a ton of problems somewhat similar to what we've seen with the Embraer jets yesterday. So I'm committed at least through the month of January, okay, for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Going into February, it's going to be rather I will try it and we'll see how things go. If we get some stuff that works, we can expand our flying to include some regional stuff and everything, then that's what we'll do. But if there doesn't seem to be any, and it's not, I'm not blaming Asobo for this, it's squarely on the hands and feet of, well, it's squarely in the hands of Microsoft. So hopefully things can get sorted and we can start getting more stuff in the market. More stuff for us to fly. The stuff that we have already gets fixed in a meaningful way, and all that. So hopefully, I'd like to see that happen, but it's hard to know if or when that's going to happen. So it's going forward, it's going to be kind of we'll see how things go. So I don't want people to think that I would like to make this the feature of the channel, but that's really going to be dependent on the how things are going to go going forward on the flight sim. But that rests squarely with Microsoft especially. So if we do have to scale back, we may just swap it. It'll be trains 7 days a week, and we'll fly 1 day a week. And that'll be on Sundays, and that'll probably just be scenic stuff, because at least I know I can contend with that. That's an easier thing to deal with, I think. So yeah, but we'll see how it goes. How did that get out of whack there? Yeah, I'm hoping we may get some communication from Asobo, thinking maybe Thursday, but it may be also that they don't, whatever the developer sort of Q&A kind of update what's happening. I kind of feel like they're going to kick it to the 13th of January. So, yeah. That's, I think that's what's going to happen. So, yeah. Now, one of the Fridays, I don't remember if it's going to be... look at my calendar here. I have to look to see. Let's see if it's... Hold on a second. I can tell you for sure which day it is, I think. Just a second here. 17th. It hasn't been plugged in yet. Yeah, I know one of the days coming up soon I've got like a virtual appointment, but I think we'll be okay. Like it's not till like 10 or 11 or something like that, so we should have plenty of time to get our flight done if we start on time, or maybe half an hour early or something like that, just to make sure we got time to complete the flight and I've got time for my appointment. So, all right, things have finally calmed down after our little hiccup there with the weather. Let's see. So yeah, now that those numbers are certainly more in line with one another, so I kind of feel like there's the weather issue has not been resolved at all. So we may, tomorrow we'll probably have to fly without the weather on also. So yeah, or what I can do is I can keep the weather off, but I can put in clouds. It's just the temperatures won't be, like, or that crazy, like, I can't believe how much of a big difference we had in altitude. Once I turned the weather off, it was like we shot up immediately 2,000 feet. So, yeah, something is not correct. That's for sure. The good thing is we won't have to worry about changing our pressure once we start descending into Fort Lauderdale. We won't have to worry about that. So that's one less thing we got to contend with. So we almost see Fort Lauderdale peeking over the horizon there. Certainly by the time we get to that marker in front of us, we'll see it. So yeah, we'll do like some broken clouds on flight tomorrow. So anyway, so there we are. Come on, lurkers, don't be coming in here and just hanging out and not saying boo. Or at least give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you care. I know some of you are coming back around after I did that long flight, so you might as well say something. Let's go. Let's hear it. Please say hello, good morning, good afternoon, something. Don't leave your captain hanging. So, speaking of the long distance flights, within reason, of course, I'm going to try being the key word, to do, at the end of the month, each month we'll do a long distance flight on the last Friday of the month. So, when we get done, when we do the flight, the long distance flight from New York to Frankfurt in the 747, when we're doing that flight, that's when we'll talk about the viewer requested flights going into February. So we'll look at the 4th, the 11th, and the 18th are the three Fridays that I can do flight or viewer requested flights. So if you have an idea, as long as it's not going to be too excessive in time or anything like that, let me know. But I need, again, the criteria is I need the departure airport and the arrival airport. And I have to look at that before I say yes. I can do, while we're flying, I can do a quick search to find out, is it possible? And then I can also get an idea in my head, what sort of plane are we going to be flying in? So, yeah. So I know people want to see their area of the world, and we've done some of that already. We're going to be doing some of that this month, so I need some original ideas. If you're going to, it's first come, first serve, but I would like for the newer people to give me an idea. Or if you've already given me one, give me something original. Give me something new. Don't always go with the, oh, I want to see my part of the world and everything. Give me something different. Think outside of your home country and whatnot. Okay? So that's what we got going on. So, well, I shouldn't say that about. All right, I'll commit to the end of February. How about that? And then we'll see how things are. Certainly between now and the end of February, I think there will at least be some kind of a new, or the we'll have maybe a better idea about the what's going on with the sim. I think by the end of February, we should have a clearer indication of what's happening. So there we go. Yeah, I will concede with that, or at least be willing to work with that. So I think hopefully by then we will have gotten some kind of a communication. As I was telling Pulse in the stream yesterday, Asobo recognizes that they got to communicate better with the Xbox side of the community. But to be honest, all that communication isn't going to mean much, and I'm not trying to be mean here. All that stuff isn't going to make a difference if Microsoft doesn't hold up their end of the bargain. So we shall see what happens. All right, we are just still. There we are. Now it's still peeking a little bit more over the horizon. So we're gonna have a long flight over the water here. I don't even know if this would be considered the mid-Atlantic. I guess almost the mid-Atlantic, going into the Gulf of Mexico, the Caribbean Sea and whatnot. So one of the flying tours we're going to do coming up this month, we're going to do a flying tour of Mexico City. And then we're also going to do, I'm going to try, I should be able to squeeze it in. One other flying tour will be on the Panama Canal. So we'll take off. We're gonna follow the canal up for some distance, or if we can fly the whole thing, we will. So yeah, I figured that would be an interesting thing to see. So we will do that. Also, maybe to break things up, we'll do it during the week. There is a airport in the Swiss Alps. It's got a pretty good downhill slope, so we'll get a nice little small plane, zip off the side of the mountain, and there's plenty of scenery there to check out. So we may do that, or we'll probably do that this month as well. So we'll have an additional scenic flight, but it'll be during the week, not our normal typical scenic Sunday sort of thing. Just to kind of break things up a bit as well during the week towards the end of the month. Boy, it got dead in the chat all of a sudden. It's been dead in the chat. Somebody say something. I can't do all... Well, I guess I can do all the talking. Say 2 knot winds? It does say 2 knots. Coming from the left, from the port side, so that's not too severe. Mr. Candy Cane, I know you're flying. That's fine. I don't need a play-by-play of what you're up to. Anyways. Now, some of the flights may be subject to cancellation. I'll just say this now, and that may be impacted on my appointments that I have. Some of which may not be completely scheduled just yet. So, yeah, I don't know. You know, I can't say for sure. So, if I know I have to cancel it, I'll try to let you know in advance that I'm not going to be able to do the flight. So, no, that's not what I wanted in my chat. That's not what I was asking for. Oh, well, I guess nobody wants to say boo. All right, no. Quick look around the aircraft there. Now I saw a video about the, I didn't watch the whole thing, I just saw the first few minutes of it or so, of the Airbus's, like, huge freighter plane, and the one from Boeing. Some really odd-looking planes. One of the things I did notice is that the Airbus plane only uses 2 engines to fly with, whereas the Boeing needs, it's based on a 747, and so it has the 4 engines of the 747. Yeah, just really strange looking planes, both of them. But how different Airbus approaches their aircraft design and the use, you know, how many engines does it use compared to the to Boeing. Boeing seems to be stuck on the, well, except for the Dreamliner, that has 2. Yeah. The 777s only have 2, but generally it seems like they're stuck on a certain design element. So we are near hour 21, yeah. Amount of time flying. It is 12:54 UK time. Finally think, well, there seems to be a bit of a mountain right off the tip of the tail there. Generally we've lost sight of land, except for that little I feel like I'm talking to myself. You never know when people want to be chatty in the chat. Seems to be hit and miss. Slight track to the left there once we hit our marker here, as you can see on the screen right there. So another long distance between markers. I guess that kind of helps because then it breaks up the distance a little bit. So we'll be in the 600s by the time we get to our marker in front of us, which is now B-Rex. Alright, so let's Just having a look around the cabin here. Just been on mute, not anybody really talking, so yeah. Not sure what else to say. Just having a look around here while we're I don't think this is a flight engineer's seat. I think this is just a jumper seat for either there's a senior captain that kind of is. I kind of get the feeling like maybe there's like a senior pilot that goes around and flies with different flights just to see how the crew is operating, that procedures are being done correctly, you know, or the company sort of, you know, how maybe like Lufthansa, for instance, flies, and, you know, what the expectations are from the flight crew. You know, do they do everything in a professional manner, that sort of thing. So I kind of feel like that's what that seat is for. Whereas typically, I think in the past that third seat was usually like a flight engineer that would monitor all the engine sort of temperature gauges and fuel, and I think they also were like navigators. They handled all the radio traffic, I think, or tuning of the radios as well. I could be wrong, but I think very early on, yeah, you had a third person that was like a navigator / radio operator / flight engineer that monitored all the systems during the flight. Now that a lot of that is automated, or you have all these display systems, and a lot of that is handled now by the first officer, I believe. It seems like hello, Mr. Addies, how are you? I'm not sure where everyone is at the moment, Joseph, but nice to see you. Hopefully your new year is going well. How are things? Hopefully better than the last time we talked here in the chat. But nice to see you. We're on our way to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Way off in the distance there, 742. You feel ill. Well, that's not good. Well, take it easy. Plenty of fluids, lots of rest. eat. You'll bounce back eventually. Just take it easy. So you'll be fine. Just feel dizzy and feel, yeah, just take it easy. That's all you can do. It'll pass eventually. Just you know, I guess if you don't feel better soon, you may need to go get that checked out. But yeah, just try to take it easy. Maybe take a little break from the gaming. You know, just rest. Sometimes that's all your body needs, is just some rest, and you'll be fine. All right, we are about an hour 40-ish. Yep, almost. Yeah, it could be, Joseph. Absolutely. Hopefully you get better soon. Just try to rest and take care of yourself as best as possible, and you'll bounce back. Of course, don't wait too long if you feel like things aren't improving significantly after a short time, you know, a couple more days or so, and maybe you need to go get checked out. You're welcome. Yeah, you'll be fine. But yeah, just try to take it easy. You know, that's all you can do. Good to see you otherwise. Sorry that you're not feeling well, but you'll be fine. We are almost, I think once we pass this marker here, we'll be at the halfway point in the flight. We should start to see some reductions in altitude in the next several markers. Just gonna look out farther. Alright, yeah, so that's 320 nautical miles out. So we have our marker there in front of us. B-Rex. And so eventually we should start probably round about maybe this marker here, which is Epsom. It's not on our display yet. Halls there. So probably either there or beyond we'll start to see our reductions in altitude start descending and start getting lined up for our approach into Fort Lauderdale. And we are landing on runway 28 right. Got an ILS approach, so fingers crossed that that goes well, but we can land the plane manually if we absolutely have to. Not that I prefer to. I like to have a nice glide path into the airport there, and all that stuff is managed well. And then we have a nice landing there in Fort Lauderdale. Ooh, that's kind of a neat picture.
Lima Hotel 136, contact Kingston Center on 128.1. Good day.
Going to 128.16 TF Lima Hotel 136. Kingston Center 6 TF Lima Hotel 136, flight level 360.
6 TF Lima Hotel 136, Kingston Center. Continue to barracks as planned.
Kingston Center, that should be Kingston, Jamaica. So they got a pretty far reach over the Caribbean Sea, I guess. Well, we are heading pretty much north. There, 359 degrees. So yeah, we're heading north. Not pretty much, we are heading north. Alright, just kind of checking the forums. Yeah, there appear to be some folks were reporting that despite the news from yesterday that the live weather issue had been fixed, many people are experiencing problems with the weather, and therefore it is not fixed as has been previously advertised. So yeah, so what we'll do is we'll keep the live weather off, but we're going to add at least some clouds to have. I'm not going to try to do that now while we're flying because it's just too much of a headache to try to contend with. But yeah, we'll at least have something dramatic in the sky so that we're not just flying in blue skies. It's not very realistic. Certainly over this part of the world, I'm sure there's plenty of cloud cover, maybe small tropical storms and such. So yeah, I had to clean my glasses while we were talking, so I apologize. You can see there is an island somewhere off the front, kind of the front of the plane there. So we are coming into the Caribbean Sea, the Gulf of Mexico almost. We won't go right through the Gulf of Mexico, but we'll kind of skirt the edge of it, basically, I think, and then we'll go a little bit up the coast of Florida, and then we'll turn in for Fort Lauderdale there. We've got a few more hours of flying ahead of us, at least. So get your snacks, get you a fresh drink, fresh coffee, fresh latte, fresh whatever, fresh juice. And we're entering the latter half of the flight. So hopefully this goes according to plan. So to kind of recap earlier, Clixie, who is my co-pilot for today, because Clixie was the first one here in the chat, although it was on the Twitch side of the chat, asked a question about how do we talk to the ATC while we're flying, and basically there's two answers. One, my invisible co-pilot here handles all the radio traffic during the flight, so I don't have to worry about that. Or in the menu here, like if we like when we were told to contact Kingston Center from Barranquilla, so I would click on, there would be a, so that 128.1 would show up, you know, or it'd say contact Kingston Center. And so I would click on that here, and then the radio would automatically be dialed in for Kingston Center. It would tune it in for me on the radios down there. So that's the two ways. I don't talk to, now I don't have like VATSIM, which I think is what some people use, that you actually talk to a ATC, like somebody has that duty in VATSIM, I think, or yeah, there's like a, you know, they would handle all that traffic like it would be for a regular, and they would hand you off and everything, and then you would have to change the frequencies and stuff like that, I think. But that's more on the PC side. We don't have that option here on the Xbox side of the sim. So alright, now let's look at our long distance. Let's go all the way up to 320 again. Still, so Epsom is our next, that's the farthest out marker right now. It's at the bottom of our display here, right there. So we should pretty soon, certainly by Epsom, we should start to see our reductions in altitude. We'll be much closer to, probably after Epsom, maybe a few more markers, then we'll see start to see our reductions in altitude for our entry into Fort Lauderdale. Looks like we're going to fly over this island. The western edge of it looks like. We'll see if we can't spot anything that gives us a clue of which island it is. I kind of feel like it might be. No, I don't think it's. I don't think it's Cuba. Cuba's a little bit closer to the southern part of. Well, it could. Who knows? We'll see if we can spot anything that gives us a clue. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Oh, looks like there's some ships down there or something. Huh. Those are very, very tiny islands, but... Okay, well, here we are over this island. Let's see if we can't pick out. Sorry, I was posting something in the forums real quick. There appears to be at least several small airports, but don't think we're going to get any kind of clue. Well, maybe there's one up there up front, so maybe we'll see that and we'll get an idea of where we are in the world. Yeah, a bit difficult, these long flights, even though we're only going for about 2 hours now. We've still got at least maybe another 2 hours to go, maybe an hour and a half, roughly. So I'm guessing it's going to be more of another 2 hours because we've flown pretty much halfway already. So we will see we should see this flight through, knock on wood. Yeah, this is one of the I'll be honest, this is one of the difficult parts or reasons why I try not to do long flights, because when there's no interaction in any kind of meaningful way in the chat, it makes it much more difficult for the time to go by very quickly. Which is weird because people seem to want to see the longer flights, but then there's no, I mean, this is going to be about half of what we did going from Heathrow to JFK on the 31st, and the chat has essentially died. So yeah, it makes it much more difficult to pass the time when there's no reasonable interaction with the viewers. I don't know. I'm perplexed because it's so hit and miss. I never know. I really don't. I never know what to expect, and yeah, very, very difficult. Let's see if we can see as we get a little bit closer. Hopefully we'll see some kind of a named airstrip. Let's see if we can look that up. Named airstrip. Oh, we're over Jamaica. There we go. Now we know. That's why we were talking to Kingston Center, I guess. We should pick up Miami here pretty soon. And matter of fact, we'll probably talk to them until we get ready to turn into approach for or turn into Fort Lauderdale. So I'll be honest too, it's difficult for me to know how long a flight's going to take, because the estimations, on, when I do a flight plan in Microsoft Flight Simulator, it gives me, I think that's like the cruise time. That doesn't include, taxiing for takeoff and, things like that. So it's very difficult to know how long the flight's going to be. I wish I could, I could be more specific, but I can't, because I don't really know what to expect a lot of the times. But even then, if I say, well, this flight's going to take 4 hours, not everybody's going to have the time to come in and hang out and chat, it seems. So it's very difficult to gauge audience interaction and when or if it will happen. I wish I could figure it out, but I can't. I don't. There's a lot of dynamics that I never know when those dynamics are going to come into play. So, yeah. But we're going to get there one way or the other. I imagine people will come in as we start our descent and start getting ready to land. Then everybody shows up. At the time where I don't always have the ability to see and answer questions. Alright, tracking back to the north. So that is what? That is Halls. We just passed Sia. Okumo. So yeah, we've still got, there we go, Bordeaux. Okay, let's have a look now at our So it looks like when we get to Epsom, there'll be a very long distance between Epsom and Okumo. So anyway, probably do some island hopping here, or at least airport hopping here in Jamaica with the Britain Islander BN2. Britain Norman Islander, I should say, not the Britain Islander, the Britain Norman Islander, the BN2. That should be, I think that's Cuba there. Possibly, maybe not. Let's have a look. Nope, that is possibly... Oh, that is part of Cuba. Yep. So we are going to fly over Cuba. We just flew over Jamaica. So yeah, we're flying over Cuba next. And then we should start... We should talk to Miami once we get past Cuba. I have a rough idea of where we are now on our flight. Here. Once we get past Epsom, we should be able to see kind of a bit more of our flight, the remaining portion. We may kind of turn towards, well, the way we're going right now, I think we're going to skirt the edge of the Bahamas. Yeah, I think Miami Center reaches all the way out to the Bahamas, so we should be talking to them soon. Alright, that's at 35,000 feet, so that's our first reduction right there, which is Epsom. We can go to 35, we can ask for that slight reduction. That's not a huge...
Kingston Center, 6TF Lima Hotel 136. Request flight level 350.
6TF Lima Hotel 136 descend and maintain flight level 350.
Descend and maintain flight level 350, 6TF Lima Hotel 136.
There we go. Alright, I think we'll go ahead and so quick update from the flight deck. Folks, we are beginning our very early initial descent into Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I have turned on the fasten seatbelt sign, so if you need to run to the restroom, now's your time. Flight attendants, prepare the cabin for arrival. Means sit down and be quiet. Well, I do appreciate the few folks who've come in today, said hello, hung out, left a thumbs up. So hopefully you enjoy your Tuesday. Hopefully you have a good day. We'll be back at it tomorrow. To be determined. So as soon as I can get home and get settled, we will go live. We will have that flight from Cleveland to Orlando. We're going to redo that since we had that issue coming into Orlando. So now we kind of know what not to do.
TF Lima Hotel 136, contact Havana Center on 123.7. Good day.
Going to 123.76 TF Lima Hotel 136. Havana Center 6 TF Lima Hotel 136, flight level 350.
6 TF Lima Hotel 136 Havana Center, continue to EPSIM as planned.
Well, that's odd. It says this is at 360, but I think we'll just stick right at 350. We're fine. We don't need to go back up to 360. All right, let's have a look out again. Alright, so 1 Kumo, so after we passed Okumo, we should start to see more of the reductions in altitude. Yeah. Bordeaux's at 350. Urus is at 270. Weebab is at 260. So we'll start to see some more reductions in altitude. But yeah. So we're on the latter half here now. So yeah, Havana, once we get to Okumo, that's when we should be contacting Miami, I believe. For the remainder of the flight into Fort Lauderdale. Okay, just wanted, I posted something also in the forums about my experience so far today with this weather situation. That we started off at 290902, we took off, suddenly it's 30.05, and then the struggles to climb up to our cruise altitude, and once we turned the weather off, we shot up like additional 2,000 feet. And then made the climb to 360, no problem. So yeah, very strange times. Alright, we are over Cuba right now. Still under the control of Havana Center. So we'll wrap things up as soon as we get on the ground and get to our parking gate there at Fort Lauderdale. This flight was a bit longer than I expected it to be, but it's, like I said before, it's hard to know how long the flight will take. Sometimes it takes longer, sometimes it goes quicker. It seems to be hit and miss as far as our... But we're looking at 2.5 hours flight time right now, according to our chronometer there on the dashboard. I've got a couple viewers. I'm guessing returning suspects. Maybe, who knows? Say hello if you would like to. It'd be nice. After Joseph's story of his not feeling so well, it'd be nice if somebody said hello. If you're returning and you haven't left a thumbs up, please do so. Greatly appreciate it. Let's have a look, because now we should be able to see the entire... There we go. That's what we have left to contend with. Get into Fort Lauderdale. Let's see if we can back out just a bit. No, that doesn't really show us much of anything, does it? So that's what is remaining in our flight. Yeah, I think we're going to go back to, well, I think some of the flights that we're going to plan from the 18th to the end of the month, we're just going to do short flights during the week for the remainder of January. Yeah, I think that's, I mean, I just never know what's going to work with you guys and what's not going to work to get some kind of engagement. So, yeah. We'll do some regional flying, I guess. We'll go down to Jamaica and just do some airport hopping. We land at one, refile, take off, and go to another airport, and then call it a day. Alright, almost at Okumo. Hours 43, so we should get, it'll be in the 3.5 hour range, I think, by the time we land. 3 hour 45 possibly. We still got a bit to go, but it should go a bit quick as we start to descend into Fort Lauderdale. So we'll just I think I'm just going to turn my attention to the remaining part of the flight, managing our descent into Fort Lauderdale, since it's a ghost town over in the chat. So I do hope everybody's enjoyed the flight, whether you're watching it live or you watching it on the replay. For coming in, if you're watching it on the replay up to this point, do leave me a thumbs up. Greatly appreciate it. It all helps out. What it helps out, I have no idea, but that's what I have been told. Oh, one more at 35, 350. From there, we should see our next reduction in altitude. And we should be talking to Miami, like I said, any moment now. So we passed. So that should be the Bahamas there in front of us, near the marker there. Let's just see what we're looking at. We've got our auto brakes set to the lowest setting. We've got our speed brakes already armed. So as soon as we touch down, we should slow down very quickly. We'll taxi to our parking gate, wherever that may be. There at Fort Lauderdale. Matter of fact, I can pull up the chart, get an idea of how the airport is laid out. I think we're landing on, there's 2 runways. We're landing on the northern strip on 28 right, so we'll have to turn off and then taxi back to, is there an international terminal? So either we're going to go to 1, 2, 3, or 4. So we will see what we get once we're on the ground. It'll just give us a gate. It won't tell us the terminal, but we're going to try to guesstimate the terminal location. In fact, let's see if oh, here we go. We'll know for sure. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, well, depending on which gate it pops up at, we'll know which terminal we're going to, which concourse. For those of you with connecting flights. Sorry, had a quick swig of water. Didn't mean to drink the water in your ear. Apologize for that. Alright, there are the Bahamas there in front of us. Off the right wingspan there. Oh, somebody else threw up another like and then dipped. The story of this flight. That has remained fairly constant during the flight here. 2 knot winds coming from the west. Very strange that it is not, the direction has not changed at all. Or that number has not changed since we took the live weather off, I believe. So, yeah. Strange stuff indeed.
Lima Hotel 136, contact Nassau Center on 125.7. Good day.
Going to 125.7 6TF Lima Hotel 136. Nassau Center 6TF Lima Hotel 136, flight level 350.
6TF Lima Hotel 136 Nassau Center, continue to Bordeaux as planned.
$33. All right, we can do that. No problem.
Nassau Center 6TF Lima Hotel 136. Request flight level 330.
6TF Lima Hotel 136 descend and maintain flight level 330.
Descend and maintain flight level 330 6TF Lima Hotel 136.
Let's change our speed back to knots so that once we get below the stratosphere, we should be able to start slowing down here pretty soon. There we are. I think we can turn off the turn that off. The lovely Bahamas there. 270.
Nassau Center, 6TF Lima Hotel 136. Request flight level 270.
6TF Lima Hotel 136, descend and maintain flight level 270. Keep speed not above 280 knots.
Descend and maintain flight level 270. Keep speed not above 280 knots. 6TF Lima Hotel 136.
And go to 270. Sorry about that. I have my appointment reminders tomorrow. I acknowledge that I will be there unless something crazy happens. Alright. Additional 6,000 feet.
Nassau Center, 6TF Lima Hotel 136. Request flight level 210.
6TF Lima Hotel 136, descend and maintain flight level 210.
Descend and maintain flight level 210. 6TF Lima Hotel 136.
6TF Lima Hotel 136, descend and maintain flight level 240.
Now it's saying 240.
Descend and maintain flight level 240. 6TF Lima Hotel 136.
Okay. Kind of feel like now we are... Nope. Alright, let's just have a look. Looks like there's a ship or something out there. Right there. Guess we'll turn towards it. We'll find out here in a moment.
Lima Hotel 136, descend and maintain flight level 210, keep speed not above 270 knots.
Descend and maintain flight level 210, keep speed not above 270 knots. 6TF Lima Hotel 136.
Lima Hotel 136, contact Miami Center on 134.2. Good day.
Going to
Right.
134.26 Lima
Nope,
Hotel
that's
136.
it's like an island, not
Miami Center 6TF Lima Hotel 136 is passing flight level 230, descending flight level 210.
6TF Lima Hotel 136, Miami Center, continue to sit as planned.
Miami Center 6TF Lima Hotel 136. Request 17,000 feet.
6TF Lima Hotel 136, descend and maintain flight level 210, expect 17,000 feet.
Descend and maintain flight level 210, expect 17,000 feet. 6TF Lima Hotel 136.
Lima Hotel 136, descend and maintain flight level 190.
Descend and maintain flight level 190. 6TF Lima Hotel 136.
Lima Hotel 136, descend and maintain 17,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 17,000 feet. 6TF Lima Hotel 136. Miami Center, 6TF Lima Hotel 136. Request 11,000 feet.
6TF Lima Hotel 136, descend and maintain 11,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 11,000 feet, 6TF Lima Hotel 136.
Lima Hotel 136, contact Miami Center on 123.775. Good day.
Going to 123.775, 6TF Lima Hotel 136. Miami Center, 6TF Lima Hotel 136 is at 16,500 feet, descending 11,000 feet.
6TF Lima Hotel 136, Miami Center, altimeter 29.9, continue to Cyrex as planned.
So Ola's that marker right there just below Cyrex is our arrival marker into Fort Lauderdale, so we are nearing the end here.
Miami Center, 6TF Lima Hotel 136. Request 9,000 feet.
6TF Lima Hotel 136, descend and maintain 11,000 feet. Expect 9,000 feet. Keep speed not above 250 knots.
We'll head
Descend
you
and
on
maintain
speed.
11,000 feet. Expect 9,000 feet. Keep speed not above 250 knots. 6TF Lima Hotel 136.
6TF Lima Hotel 136, descend and maintain 9,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 9,000 feet. 6TF Lima Hotel 136. Miami Center, 6TF Lima Hotel 136. Request 7,000 feet.
6TF Lima Hotel 136, descend and maintain 7,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 7,000 feet, 6TF Lima Hotel 136.
Lima Hotel 136, contact Miami approach on 118.1. Good day.
118.1 for 6TF Lima Hotel 136. Miami approach 6TF Lima Hotel 136 is passing 7,600 feet, descending 7,000 feet.
6TF Lima Hotel 136, Miami approach altimeter 29.902, continue to Wavin, as planned.
Miami approach 6TF Lima Hotel 136. Request 6,000 feet.
6TF Lima Hotel 136, descend and maintain 6,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 6,000 feet, 6TF Lima Hotel 136.
Lima Hotel 136, you are 27 miles southeast. Descend and maintain 4,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 28 right approach via CRNVL transition. Cleared to CRNVL.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 28 right approach via CRNVL transition. Cleared to CRNVL 6TF Lima Hotel 136.
TF Lima Hotel 136, you are 15 miles east of Fort Lauderdale. Contact tower on 119 decimal tree when inbound.
Tower on 119 decimal tree 6 TF Lima Hotel 136. Tower 6 TF Lima Hotel 136 15 miles east inbound ILS runway 28 right approach.
6 TF Lima Hotel 136 Tower. Altimeter 29 decimal 9 to wind 277 at tree. Cleared ILS runway 28 right approach.
Tower 6 TF Lima Hotel 136 inbound ILS runway 28 right approach.
6 TF Lima Hotel 136 Tower. Altimeter 29 decimal 9 to wind 277 at tree. Cleared ILS runway 28 right approach.
Cleared ILS runway 28 right approach 6 TF Lima Hotel 136.
All right, folks, we're on the final approach here. We should be on the ground momentarily. We appreciate everybody flying with us today. Look forward to flying with you tomorrow. Cleveland to Orlando in the A320. Time to be determined.
$2,500.
Lima Hotel 136 wind 277 at tree. Cleared to land runway 28 right.
Cleared to land runway 28 right 6 TF Lima Hotel 136.
$1,000. 500. 400. 300. 200. 100. 60. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard.
Alright everybody, on behalf of myself and the entire flight crew, including First Officer Clixie, we'd like to welcome you to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Local time is 10 minutes after 10 a.m. We know that you have many options when it comes to your Microsoft Flight Simulator viewing pleasures, and we are glad that you chose us.
6TF Lima Hotel 136, contact ground on 118.175.
Going to 118.175, 6TF Lima Hotel 136. Ground 6TF Lima Hotel 136, request taxi to the gate.
6TF Lima Hotel 136, taxi to gate 110 using taxiway Alpha 3 Alpha Alpha 4 cross runway 10 left Bravo 6 Charlie 4 Charlie Quebec November Tango 8.
Taxiing to gate 110 via taxiway Alpha 3 Alpha Alpha 4 cross runway 10 left Bravo 6 Charlie 4 Charlie Quebec November Tango 8 6TF Lima Hotel 136.
Alright, let's see where we're parking at. 110. That is in. Looks like we are going to Terminal 3. Well, wasn't too bad of a flight. Guesstimated the time just about right, I think. Excuse me. Apologize, somebody honking their horn in the background. Parking lot here. I look away for a minute and the plane decides to slow down completely on its own. Alright, that's going to be it for today, folks. 3 hours, 25 minutes flying time. I will see you all tomorrow for the flight from from Cleveland to Orlando, A320 service. So do tune in for that. I will see you all then. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Peace. Live long and prosper.